Hello, folks. I'm going to give people a couple of minutes to join in here, and then we shall begin speaking about our topic for the day. And I'm awfully excited. You see, here's the thing. I'm very passionate. My business is all about storytelling and helping you share your message with the world. But I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't share with you more than just storytelling. Today, I want to share with you a message that is very near and dear to my heart, a message that a lot of us need to hear, and a message that even I need to hear at times myself as well. Now, you might be seeing this title and you'd be like, be the one person people look at and say, what the? Yes. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what I mean when I say this. But before I do that, I want to take you back a little bit with me. Where in second grade, my family and I moved to a new area in Queens, New York. And for the next 6 years of my life, I was bullied on a level that I don't wish on my greatest enemy. Sat alone every day, was called every single name in the book, racism on a whole nother level, couldn't even speak in front of people because I would just be beaten verbally, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And for 6 years of my life, I was living in hell. And I became very weak, very soft, didn't believe in myself. But there's always a turning point in our lives. There's always that point in our lives where things are never the same after that experience. My dad sat me down at the dinner table one day. He called me out from my room. He said, Devin. I said, Dad, I'm playing Call of Duty. Leave me alone. He said, Devin, get out here now. I said, Dad, please, I'm playing with my friends. He said, son, get out to this dining room table right now. I told my friends on Xbox, I said, guys, my dad wants me for some reason. I'll be right back. So I put the remote down with my headset. I go to my dad at the dining room table. Dad, what do you want? He said, son, sit down right now. Dad, is everything okay? He said, son, just sit down. And I knew something was different, but I didn't know what it was. And I was 15 years old at the time, so I definitely didn't know what was about to happen. He said, son, I want you to answer this question for me. I said, okay, sir, what is it? He said, Devin, what makes you any different from anyone who's ever achieved anything great in this world? I'm 15 years old, right? I said, Dad, can I just go play Call of Duty? Save this for somebody else. He said, son, answer my question. What makes you different from anyone who's ever achieved anything great in this world? I said, Dad, I don't know. I'm just in the middle of my class. I'm ranked number 60 out of like 120. I don't know. Everybody else is just smarter than me. Me and all of the other kids, we're just average ones. We're the ones that this is all we can do. You ever felt like that? Like you can never achieve more than what you're currently achieving? And that was me. I said, Dad, that's all there is to me. And he said, son, never forget what I'm about to tell you. He said, anybody who's ever done anything great or achieved anything great in this world, they put on their pants one leg at a time, just like you do. Anyone who's ever achieved anything great puts on their shirt one arm at a time, just like you do. So I ask you again, son, what makes you different? And I sat there and I looked at him and I said, Dad, can I go to my room now? My friends are going to lose this game of Call of Duty because of this. He shook his head and he said, all right, son, I guess so. I left my dad. I went back in my room. I played Call of Duty until about 3 in the morning, which was pretty routine for me back in my high school days. But that planted a seed in me. All I kept hearing that evening was, there's nothing different about you than anyone who's ever achieved anything great. They put on their pants one leg at a time, just like you do. They put on their shirt one arm at a time, just like you do. What makes you different? What makes you different? What makes you different? And that planted a seed in me. I woke up the next morning and that voice would still not leave me. It was about a month out before school started again, but I made the decision. I said, I am going to see for myself if my dad was right. If I can achieve anything great just like other people. So I looked at my immediate surrounding and I looked at school. I said, what if I can do just as well as the people that are at the top of what we call the principals list, the top 5 people in the school? So I said, okay, they're in AP classes, so they get additional 3 points. I'm not in any AP or honors classes because I was a mediocre student, but I'm going to do my best this semester and we'll see what happens. The semester comes and I did things that I never did before. Now, here's the key point. I was on a mission to just find out if my dad was right. See, you don't need to believe in something in order to do it. You just need to question it. You just need to think about the possibility. You don't need to be certain about the outcome. That's a bar. That's a bar right there. So I worked for 4 months. Finally, at the end of the semester, I was in computer class, Mr. Jan's class, the bell rings. Ding! It's 2:30. This is when we're going to go online and get our report cards. I don't even get up to go to my locker. I sit in my desk. I open up my phone, turn it on. I go to my website where I look at the report card, and I start looking at it. 100 average, 100 average, 100 average, 100 average, 99, 98, 100. I had like a 99 overall average, up from a 90 the past year. And I said, holy shit. He is right. And I ended up being number 5 in my class, all the way from number 57, just the very last semester. Nobody had ever done that. Nobody had ever done that. And I share this with you because that's what changed my life. That's what enabled me to see that there was more to me than what I was currently doing. The problem with a lot of us is that we don't think we can do more than we can because we're always looking back at what we've done. Most of us are living out of our memory rather than our imagination. And the thing is we don't need to be certain that we can accomplish something. All that we have to do is question it. Einstein, before he was Einstein, what did he do? He had all of these different hypotheses. He had all of these different questions. And for years, he was not sure that he had the right answer. But he was willing to pursue the question and to figure out the answer no matter what it costs. Because he knew that on the other side of the question was greatness. And a lot of the times what happens to us is that on the other side of our questions, if we begin to ask ourselves better questions, on the other side of that is greatness. But what we do is we don't ask ourselves those better questions because just like this, you see the water in this bottle? It's trapped in the bottle, and no matter how hard I shake it, nothing can come out because there's the lid. See, a lot of the times in our life, we're like the water in the bottle. No matter how hard we try to move, no matter how hard we try to shake, we can't go anywhere because we have this lid. So what we have to begin to do is remove the lid that's on our lives. And the way that we do that is by asking ourselves better questions and then going on the pursuit of finding the answer to that question. I really wish that, there's only a couple of people here today and I don't give a crap because I know that those of you that are here are going to get something out of this because I'm preaching today because this is something that's heavy on my heart. So when I look at the title and I say, be the one that people look at and say, this is what I mean. That this is what changed my life. So now when I go to the gym and I do a 2-minute sprint followed by 10 burpees, followed by another 2-minute sprint by 10 burpees, 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 and then another 50 burpees. And then I wake up the next morning and do another 50 burpees. And then I go out for a run and then do another 150 burpees and then go to the gym. I want people to look at me and say, what the because I'm the example. I don't do this just for me. Because as a coach, as a mentor, as a teacher, I am an example of not only what I should be in my field, but what people should aspire to be in general. But I am the first to say that I don't always make the qualification. Because yesterday, I had some banana pudding. And I was telling myself, Devin, we're going to eat healthy. We're not going to give into any of your vices. My only vice is food. I said, I'm not going to give into it. Banana pudding was there, and I caved in. And I had banana pudding. I didn't hold the line. So I'm okay. I get it. So here's all that I need from you. I made a post yesterday, and I'll be honest. I was disappointed when I saw only one person say that they would take me up on the challenge of doing 50 burpees. Only one person said yes. Everybody else said, I'll do 50 squats. I'll do 50 this. Why not burpees? Because it's not comfortable? Be the example. If we always do what is comfortable, we will never change, expand, and grow. I don't do burpees because I love doing burpees. I do burpees because it represents life. You fall down and you have to pick yourself back up. So when I roll out of the bed first thing in the morning and I drop down and do 50, that represents life, number one. And number two, I get a win as soon as I wake up because I know nobody else is willing to do that. So guess what? I'm going to crush people in business. Because I'm willing to do what other people won't. This might hurt some feelings. I don't care. I'm the person that people, I'll never forget this. I spoke at a conference with Les Brown, and I was doing 75 hard. Pretty much you got to work out 2 times a day, one of which has to be outside for 45 minutes. The event ended at 11 o'clock. I had 1 hour to do my workout. I hadn't done my second one. I had a dress shirt, dress pants, shoes, the whole 9. I had brought a change of clothes in my car. I went into the venue, changed my clothes, went out to the parking lot, and did a workout for 45 minutes at 11 o'clock at night. I had people that were in the audience come up to me and say, "Sir, are you okay?" I said, "What do you mean?" They say, "Why are you working out?" And I said, "Because I'm not you." And that hurts some people. Oh, they're not willing to do it. You think I like to run? I hate running. Why did I do 105 miles in 24 hours? Because I wanted to prove to myself something. I wanted to see if I can do it. So that kind of pissed me off yesterday. I said, who wants to do 50 burpees with me? Nobody. Kind of aggravating. Because I want more for you, but you don't want more for yourself. But Devin, it's just burpees. The implications go much further than just some burpees. So this is not a message that many people wanted to hear tonight, but I believe that this is a message that many people need to hear tonight. Because many of us are living too softly, myself included at times. So when I'm in the gym, sweating from head to toe, doing burpees while everybody else is on their phone or doing bench press and taking 5 minutes in between sets, I want them to look at me and say, who the is that? Because I own that place. So how can you begin to own whatever place you walk into? Do things that other people are not doing. See, here's a really good piece of advice. If you want to get ahead in life, just do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. It's that simple. So, I appreciate you listening to me tonight as I'm very passionate about this. And I hope that this serves somebody. The point of this is not to get you to go run and do burpees and go to the gym. The whole point of this is to get you to expand the vision that you have of yourself so that you can begin to achieve more than what you're currently achieving. All right? Appreciate you guys being here today. Bye.